Joining us now, the A-Team, author, radio talk show host, Fox News contributor Monica Crowley. What's the name of that book again?
What the bleep just happened, Lou?
Thank you very much, Monica. Former White House Special Assistant, Senior Advisor to President Bill Clinton, Richard Socarides. Good to have you with us. Just seems like the other day you were
Just seems like just yesterday.
Delightful. In D.C., Washington Times Senior Opinion Editor Emily Miller. Emily, good to have you here. Let's start with Mayor Bloomberg and the, I think, this is going to be the year marked by, it's the arrival of the American oligarchs. They're spending money, they're playing politics, and they play hard. Do you disagree?
$12 million into gun control campaign by Mayor Bloomberg, who said just today, I think sometimes it's appropriate for the government to infringe on your freedoms. And when I saw that quote, I thought, well, at least he's being honest in this case.
Yeah, he made it clear, Emily, that when he said that, he was talking about we will have the right. He put himself on that other line as to who will be in charge of our lives.
Well, what's the scariest? Well, I'll tell you, Lou, if you saw my, I know you saw my story today in the Washington Times. I was writing straight about his spending $12 million in 13 states to really pressure senators to vote for his gun control legislation in 2 weeks. When I noticed in the ad that the actor they used had his finger on the trigger, which you as a gun owner and I as a gun owner know is rule number one is never put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot. And I looked more closely at the ad and saw that he actually violates all 3 of the NRA safety rules. He has the finger on this trigger. He has it basically aimed at some kids swinging on a tire, and it's locked and loaded. It's a pump-action shotgun, and he's got the action closed. So, Bloomberg is spending all this money to put in 13 states an ad that basically is an advertisement for unsafe gun ownership. It's very irresponsible.
What do you think, Richard? I mean, that might as well be a play to suggest that's the way guns are handled by the NRA, which is defamation, if you will, or it is more likely, just simply, as Emily suggests, an oafish production.
I don't think it's an oafish production. I think
I was sure you would agree with me on that. My God, I was so sure.
I think this is an ad campaign. These are actors. This is not real life. So Emily wrote a clever piece, but I think she wrote a piece about an advertising campaign, not about real life. But let me say about Mayor Bloomberg.
But it's a real gun.
I think what we don't know if it's a real gun, Emily. But let me just say importantly about Mayor Bloomberg that I think it's fantastic that he's doing this. I hope he spends double the $12 million. I mean, money in politics is like not a new thing, right? And I think after the last massacre we saw some real political momentum for reasonable, responsible gun control in this country. And then the NRA came in and they did what they always do.
They were bad?
Yes, they were bad because they come in and they politicize the issue and they mischaracterize the issue. I mean, background checks are about the most responsible thing you could do. These ads are for background checks. Anybody who doesn't support a background check is a little wacko.
Is a wacko.
I think so. That's my view.
Okay.
If Mayor Bloomberg is interested in reducing gun violence and gun crime, then great, more power to him, except he's directing the $12 million and maybe more to law-abiding citizens. If he's really interested in reducing gun violence and gun crime, he'd be leveling his gaze and his money, which is substantial, at gang violence, rather, and minority on minority, black on black crime, Latino on Latino crime, which is the fault of the gun crime, Richard. Come on.
He's investing in political campaigns, money in politics. I mean, everybody around here sounds like it's such a surprise, like, oh my God, money is influencing
politics. I don't mean to be surprised at all.
He's investing in elections. That's what we do all the time. You don't think conservatives invest in elections, Lou?
Well, now that you've disabused us of our naivete, and I'm going to have to do more research, and I'm going to have to figure out who was it, John McCain, who's going to make a decision on how they proceed with firearms. He was associated with what was it, Feingold McCain. He did Lieberman McCain on climate change. That worked out really spiffy. He was also associated. Let's see, Kennedy McCain. That was on immigration. You feeling pretty strong on this now?
I feel strongly that, yes. I feel strongly that...
Rhetorical.
Yes.
It was rhetorical. Doma, the Proposition 8 before the Supreme Court, affirmative action. Real quickly, your thoughts on all 3 cases helped the Supreme Court through this.
Well, it may be a 5-4 decision all the way through. We'll have to see. There are a couple of obviously different issues. They're going to take up gay marriage, and they're going to take up DOMA in a different way.
That's why I brought them up.
Right, I know. But you told me to be quick.
Emily.
Complicated issues,
well,
quick.
You know, I don't
didn't
think
say I'd be fair.
You know, Proposition 8, which was voted on and passed by the people of California, I don't see any reason the Supreme Court needs to be ruling on that. We've decided, the people of California decided that marriage is between a man and a woman, and, you know, I don't see how Washington unelected officials and Supreme Court should be overturning something like that.
I think the most interesting thing about this moment is, in history, is how much public opinion has changed and how many Republicans from across the political spectrum now see same-sex marriage as an equal rights issue.
That's why
And the court?
That's why
I think the court,
in the Democrat and social process
I mean, I think
rather than in the courts.
I think that's certainly an argument. I think some people feel that way, but I think this court will rule 5-4 in favor of same-sex marriage.
And with that, I have to say thank you, and we appreciate you all being here. I appreciate it so much. That's it for us tonight. We appreciate you being with us, and we wish you a very pleasant evening from New York.